Assalamualaikum, I am Tala Suhail. I welcome you all to Virtual University's program on Personality Psychology. Dear students, today is our lecture number 42, and in this 42nd lecture, we are talking about perspectives and domains of personality psychology. But before beginning with our lecture number 42, let us see and recap what we did in lecture number 41. जनाब लेक्चर नंबर 41 में वी वर टॉकिंग अबाउट पर्सपेक्टिव्स एंड डोमेन्स ऑफ पर्सनैलिटी साइकोलॉजी. हमने आपसे बहुत डिटेल में बात की कि पर्सनैलिटी कैन बी स्टडीड विद रेफरेंस टू 6 पर्सपेक्टिव्स और अप्रोचेस विच इंक्लूड्स नंबर 1 द डिस्पोजिशनल पर्सपेक्टिव, द बायोलॉजिकल, द इंट्रासाइकिक, the cognitive or experiential, social or cultural, and of course the adjustment perspective. Dear students, we gave an outline and after that we discussed in detail the first 3 perspectives, that is the dispositional perspective, the biological perspective, and of course we went through the intrapsychic perspective. जनाब बात आपसे ये हो रही थी कि each and every perspective or approach is important. And at this stage, we have covered some 17 theories of personality. And mind you, under each perspective, dear students, we have covered 2 to 3 personality theories which fall under each and every approach, domain or perspective. We covered in detail, number 1, the dispositional, biological and the intrapsychic. और हमने उसमें देखा ये कि what does each perspective stand for? Number 2, what theories come under each perspective? And under each perspective, what respective research or tests have been developed. So हम देख ये रहे थे, पहले 3 perspectives पे हमने आपसे बात की, जिसमें सबसे पहला था dispositional perspective. Now, if we look at the dispositional perspective, it focuses on how individuals differ from one another when it comes to their cognitions, when it comes to their perceptions, when it comes to their attitudes. So we went through with a number of theories जिसमें हमने आपके साथ डिस्कस की कुछ ट्रेड theories, कुछ need theories, and we went through them one by one with examples. So basically, dispositional perspective deals with the ways in which individuals differ from one another in their emotions, in their self-concepts, in their physiological characteristics, and even in their intrapsychic mechanisms. The origin of these differences and how they develop and how they are maintained is important. The term disposition refers to specific ways or traits or stable internal characteristics. So traits, motives or cognitions are the raw material of personality development, and the goal of the psychologist is to identify and measure the important ways in which individuals differ from one another. तो जनाब बात आपसे हो रही थी dispositional perspective की, जिसमें हमने देखा कि disposition actually refers to a set of traits, a set of internal characteristics, a set of needs, and these are the very basis due to which individuals differ from one another when it comes to their cognitions, when it comes to their self-concepts, when it comes to their intrapsychic characteristics. So we see individuals differ from one another. फिर हमने आपसे पूछा था how many personality traits are usually there in an individual. So there are common traits and of course there are fundamental important basic traits. How do we classify these traits? Well, according to personality psychologists, they use the language approach, they use the statistical approach, they use the theoretical approach, and they blend the three together to measure traits. So how are traits measured? They are measured qualitatively according to their quality and of course according to their quantity. So traits are measured according to quality and according to quantity. Now this perspective is used in selecting people for different careers. So we select people for different careers according to their dispositions. We select people for different types of education according to their dispositions. So हम देखते ये हैं कि an aggressive person is an aggressive person suitable to become a police officer, or a very kind-hearted individual or lady is suitable for the job of nursing or not. जनाब इसमें हमने आपके साथ की थी ऑलपॉट की थ्योरी, कैटल की थ्योरी, कैली की थ्योरी and of course Murray's need theory. So that was as far as our dispositional approach was concerned. So when we are talking about Allport's trait theory of personality, so trait is the main construct of measuring personality for Allport. And Allport is focusing on cardinal traits, central traits and secondary traits. And the main concept or construct which unifies all the traits together is called the proprium, and it refers to the self. When it comes to Cattell's theory of traits, it refers to trait, of course, is the central construct and concept, and Cattell has measured traits using the factor analysis technique, statistical technique, and for Cattell, surface traits, source traits are the main constructs. Well, when it comes to Murray's theory, need is the most important construct or concept. Need is a force, and this force, it organizes an individual's cognition, perception. So for Murray, need is a force and it organizes your personality. Now Murray is talking about a number of needs. He is talking about primary needs, secondary needs, overt need, covert need, reactive need, proactive needs, focal needs and diffuse needs. So for Murray, personality is a collection of needs. Now it was Henry Murray who developed TAT, thematic apperception test, and the main focus of this instrument or projective test is to measure needs of an individual. An individual is provided with a picture card and he has to write a story, and he has to tell what the characters in the picture are doing, what is going to be the outcome of that story, and the story should have a beginning, a middle part and an end. Our basic philosophy and idea is that usually the client identifies with the main character in the picture and projects all his or her needs on the character of the picture. So in this way, an accurate assessment of needs of an individual is carried on. Then we have got Kelly. Now for Kelly, he is studying an individual's construct system. So all of us invent, design a construct system, and this construct system is used by all of us in perceiving the events that are taking place around us. So all of us construct our own construct system and use it in viewing reality. So that is how personality develops according to Kelly. Dear students, that is as far as our dispositional perspective was concerned. the next perspective is biological perspective. Now, individuals are not just biological beings. We are interested in knowing what these biological beings are and how these biological beings differ from one another. Now, when it comes to individual differences, well, one individual differs from the other individual in the area of genetics, psychophysiology, and evolution. So, when we are saying that individuals differ from one another in the areas of genetics, psychophysiology, and evolution, well, when it comes to genetics, we would like to know how identical twins, do they have similar personalities? Do fraternal twins have similar personalities? Is it that identical twins who are reared together and those who are reared apart, do they have any differences in their personalities? So we would like to see the genetic basis of personality. Then psychophysiology is related with the functioning of nervous system, neurotransmitters, hormones, and the link between hormones and personality. So we would like to see the function of all these nervous system, neurotransmitters, and the link between hormones and personality, how that differentiates, how that creates differences between one individual as compared to another individual. So in this particular area, a lot of research has been done using the selective breeding procedure, using the family studies, using the twin studies, using the adoption studies. So basically these are the techniques which have been used in finding out the differences due to genetics, due to psychophysiology, and of course due to evolution in individuals. So that is as far as biological perspective is concerned. जब biological perspective की बात आती है तो जनाब इसमें बहुत सारी personality theories हैं. फ्रॉइड की है, शेल्डन की है, एरिक एरिक्सन की है. कैरन हॉर्नी is one individual who has opposed this perspective and has written a lot about it. तीसरा perspective हमारे पास the intrapsychic perspective which was pioneered by Sigmund Freud, and the focus is on intrapsychic conflicts. This particular intrapsychic conflict that is there between the basic needs of an individual and societal pressures that are there. It is reflected and it is there in our everyday behavior. और इसके ऊपर फ्रॉइड का सबसे ज़्यादा काम है, इसके अलावा यूंग का है. एडलर basically is not an intrapsychic personality psychologist, but when he is talking about inferiority feeling, superiority feeling, we can categorize him, we can classify him over there. उसके अलावा कैरन हॉर्नी is there and Erik Erikson is there because Erik Erikson is focusing a lot on ego psychology and the role of ego. So we have lumped these theories of personality under intrapsychic perspective of personality psychology. Dear students, that is as far as our previous lecture and its recap is concerned. In today's lecture, we will be talking about 3 more perspectives. जनाब आज बहुत तफसीली तौर पे और एक बड़ी मुफस्सल बहस आपसे रहेगी. Number 1, we'll talk about cognitive and experiential perspective. फिर आपसे बात होगी social और cultural perspective की. और सबसे इंटरेस्टिंग और सबसे नया पर्सपेक्टिव एडजस्टमेंट पर्सपेक्टिव, यानी हमारे इर्द गिर्द आजकल जितना स्ट्रेस है, द अमाउंट ऑफ स्ट्रेस वी आर फेसिंग एंड ऑल द स्ट्रेसर्स दैट आर ऑपरेटिंग ऑन अस, हाउ डज इट इफेक्ट आवर हेल्थ, फिजिकल हेल्थ, मेंटल हेल्थ, and what does it lead us to? So when we are to cope with, when we have to cope, adapt and adjust ourselves to everyday stressors, how do we respond to it? और हम ये देखेंगे कि एक ही तरह के stressors में दो individual गुजरते हैं and how both respond differently to it. So we'll be talking about 3 more perspectives in detail. So let us begin with the fourth perspective, that is cognitive experiential approach or perspective. The cognitive and experiential approach, it focuses on the cognition and subjective experiences such as conscious thoughts, feelings, beliefs, desires about oneself and others. The psychological mechanisms involved in subjective experience, however, differ in form and content from one another. The focus is on differences in cognition, perception, emotions, and self. The focus is on understanding from the person's point of view. So we differ from each other in these 2 ways. जनाब बात आपसे हो रही है कॉग्निटिव एक्सपीरियंशियल अप्रोच या पर्सपेक्टिव की. हमने आपसे ये कहा कि वी आर ट्राइंग टू स्टडी इंडिविजुअल्स हाउ दे डिफर फ्रॉम वन अनदर व्हेन इट कम्स टू देयर कॉग्निशन, फीलिंग्स, बिलीव्स, इमोशंस. अब जनाब 2 बातें हैं. सबसे पहली बात तो ये है कि we have differences in cognitions, in perceptions, in emotions, in the concept or construct of self. Number 2, it is important to see how an individual views his particular, how an individual has an understanding of experiencing something from the person's point of view. सो कॉग्निशन, फीलिंग, इमोशन पे तो आप फोकस कर रहे हैं. नंबर 2 आपने इस चीज पे फोकस करना है कि हाउ एन इंडिविजुअल एक्सपीरियंसेस समथिंग. सो वी हैव टू टेक इनटू अकाउंट द इंडिविजुअल्स पर्सपेक्टिव. सो दीज आर द 2 ways we differ from one another. So we will deal with number 1, cognitive experiences, emotional experiences, that is emotional intelligence, and experiences of the self, that is self-esteem, self-actualization, self-identity, positive and negative identity. बात आपसे हो रही है जनाब with reference to cognitive experiential perspective. हमने कहा हम एक इंडिविजुअल दूसरे इंडिविजुअल से डिफर करता है इन cognitive experiences, in emotional experiences and experiences related to self. और जब सेल्फ की बात हो रही है तो यहाँ पे जनाब आएगी सेल्फ एस्टीम, सेल्फ एक्चुअलाइजेशन, सेल्फ आइडेंटिटी, पॉजिटिव सेल्फ आइडेंटिटी, नेगेटिव सेल्फ आइडेंटिटी. सो दीज थिंग्स आर इम्पोर्टेंट. Cognitive experiences are what people perceive and pay attention to and how they interpret the events in their lives and their goals and plans and strategies. Now, all of these kinds of experiences refer to how people process information, or let's say how we perceive events, people and ourselves. बात जनाब है कि how do we perceive people, events and ourselves. किस तरह मैं perceive करती हूँ, देखती हूँ लोगों को, events को और खुद अपने आप को. जनाब ये सारी जो इंफॉर्मेशन प्रोसेसिंग हो रही है ये बिल्कुल उसी तरह है जिस तरह एक कंप्यूटर जो है वो इंफॉर्मेशन प्रोसेस करता है. लेकिन कंप्यूटर और ह्यूमन बीइंग्स में देयर इज अ डिफरेंस. कंप्यूटर इज प्रोसेसिंग इंफॉर्मेशन ऑब्जेक्टिवली, एक्यूरेटली, while on the other hand we perceive and experience something. We perceive events, people and ourselves using our own cognitive constructs, using our own let's say ways of viewing things. Now an event has happened, so we got to have information about it. So how am I going to perceive it? I am going to perceive this event using my personal cognitive style or method. So a real event has happened, but how this information of real event, how do I perceive it using my own personal cognitive style is important. Humans are not like computers who process information objectively and accurately. We perceive and experience reality using a set of personal cognitive constructs. An event has happened, so we process information by our own personal cognitive style. Why did it happen? Whose fault is it? Personality psychologists focus on how people make attributions of responsibility and a tendency to blame oneself for all the bad events. The second category of experience is emotion, which is important. Are you usually happy or sad? What makes you angry? What makes a person anxious? Can you control your temper or mood? Dear students, we are talking to you about cognitive experiential perspective, और उसमें हमने कहा there are cognitive experiences, there are emotional experiences, and of course there are experiences related to the self. अब जनाब cognitive experiences जो हैं वो information जो external world से है उसको आपने process करना objectively, accurately. लेकिन हम we are human beings, we are not computers. We interpret and have a cognition of an event according to our personal cognitive style, which may be objective, which may be accurate. Number second is the area of emotional experiences. जनाब क्या ऐसा है कि most of the time you are happy, or is it that most of the time you are sad? Is it that you are always fighting with people, carrying on arguments? Can you control your temper or mood? Well, that relates to the emotional experience of an individual. Emotional experiences are thought of states or as traits. The frequency of emotional experience states is low while emotional experience traits refer to the tendency to be frequently. The emotions as traits can be divided into two areas. Number one, content. It refers to kinds of emotions, pleasant or unpleasant. Number two, style of emotional life. How these emotions are experienced, high or low intensity of emotion. The content relates to pleasant or unpleasant emotions such as happiness or joy or success, while unpleasant emotion relates to depression, anxiety, anger, hostility, aggression. The style of emotional life refers to the fact that some people experience emotion at a higher intensity than others. For such high effect intensity persons, an ordinary pleasant event will make them very happy, and an ordinary unpleasant event will make them very sad, depressed, and anxious. Dear students, we are talking to you about cognitive experiential perspective, और हमने आपसे ये कहा कि this particular perspective concerns with cognitive experiences, emotional experiences related with emotional intelligence. That is how stable you are or how unstable you are when it comes to your emotions. और तीसरा है self से related. जनाब जब बात हो रही है इमोशनल एक्सपीरियंसेस की तो इसमें दो चीजें बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट हैं. नंबर वन, the content of the emotional experiences and the style of your emotional experiences. Now emotions can be interpreted as states or as traits. जब हम इमोशन एज अ स्टेट की बात करें जिसकी फ्रीक्वेंसी बहुत कम होती है, वो बहुत थोड़ी देर के लिए होता है, लेकिन इमोशन एज अ ट्रेट कैन बी डिवाइडेड इनटू फर्दर टू एरियाज. फर्स्ट द कंटेंट एंड देन द स्टाइल. जब हम कंटेंट ऑफ इमोशनल एक्सपीरियंस की बात करें, वेल दे कैन बी प्लेजेंट इवेंट्स और देयर कैन बी अनप्लेजेंट इवेंट्स. देयर कैन बी प्रमोशन, मैरिज और लेट्स से अदर सक्सेसफुल इवेंट्स जिनके बारे में आप बहुत खुश होते हैं. सो दैट इज द कंटेंट. और देयर कैन बी डिप्रेशन, एंजाइटी, हॉस्टिलिटी, अनप्लेजेंट इवेंट्स. द सेकेंड पार्ट दैट इज रिलेटेड विद द style of an individual. Now there are individuals who perceive an event of a minor level which is a pleasant event of a minor intensity as very high, which will make them very happy, and an event of unpleasant nature, again of lower intensity, but that will make them very sad, very depressed. तो जनाब बात यूं है कि इवेंट तो एक ही है, कंटेंट उसका एक ही है, लेकिन आपका स्टाइल, हाउ यू परसीव इट, हाउ यू एक्सपीरियंस इट is important. Dear students, the third component of cognitive experiential mode relates to the self. The experiences of the self are unlike the experiences of cognition and emotion. Number one, self can be studied in the context of real and ideal self. Number two, self as identity. Number three, self as introvert or as an extrovert. Number four, self-esteem and self-actualization. Number one, self, real and ideal self is a description. Number two, self as identity refers to role assigned. And number three, self as introvert or extrovert refers to a type. And number four, self-esteem and self-actualization refers to force or strength. जनाब बात आपसे हो रही है थर्ड इम्पॉर्टेंट एरिया की, एंड दैट रिलेट्स टू एक्सपीरियंसेस ऑफ द सेल्फ. और हमने उसमें आपसे ये कहा कि सेल्फ रिलेट्स टू अ नंबर ऑफ थिंग्स. नंबर वन, सेल्फ कैन बी आइडियल सेल्फ और रियल सेल्फ. नाउ दिस रिलेट्स टू अ डिस्क्रिप्शन ऑफ सेल्फ. आइडियल सेल्फ तो वो है विच यू वांट टू रीच, एंड रियल सेल्फ इज व्हाट यू एक्चुअली आर. सो इट्स अ डिस्क्रिप्शन ऑफ द सेल्फ. इसके ऊपर हमारे पास थेरीज मौजूद हैं रॉजर्स की, और ऑफ कोर्स कैरन हॉनी इज टॉकिंग अबाउट रियल एंड आइडियल सेल्फ एज वेल एज रॉजर्स इज आल्सो टॉकिंग अबाउट रियल एंड आइडियल सेल्फ. देन सेल्फ एज एन आइडेंटिटी, इट रिफर्स टू अ रोल assigned to an individual. Now, identity can be positive, it can be negative. If it's positive, it strengthens your ego. If it's negative, it weakens your ego. तो जनाब इसके ऊपर जो थ्योरी हमारे पास मौजूद है, of course, it's Erik Erikson's theory. Then we have got self as an introvert, self as an extrovert, and this refers to type. और टाइप के ऊपर जो थ्योरी हमारे पास है बिल्कुल दुरुस्त, वो कार्ल यूंग की थ्योरी है, वेयर ही इज टॉकिंग अबाउट इंट्रोवर्ट्स एज दोज who would love to read a book, enjoy their own company, sit at home rather than going out. And extroverts are individuals who love to go out, go to party, picnic, meet with people, interact with them and have good time. So that is where we have got a theory by Carl Jung. Then we have got self-esteem, self-actualization. Well, it refers to force और स्ट्रेंथ. और इसके ऊपर हमारे पास बिल्कुल सही मैस्लो की थ्योरी भी है, कार्ल रॉजर्स की भी थ्योरी है, हु आर टॉकिंग अबाउट सेल्फ एस्टीम, सेल्फ एक्चुअलाइजेशन, सेल्फ एज अ फोर्स. Now, the theories of personality included in this perspective are of Callies, Karen Horney, Erik Erikson, Maslow and Rogers. तो जनाब ये है वो लिस्ट जिसमें कैली भी आता है, कैरन हॉनी भी आती है, रॉजर्स भी आता है, मेस्लो भी आता है, where we see that they are talking about experiences related to cognitive area, experiences related to emotional area, experiences related to self area. So dear students, that is as far as our cognitive experiential perspective or approach is concerned. Now let us talk about social and cultural approach or perspective. The assumption that personality is not merely something that resides within the brain, nervous system and genes of the individual, rather the social cultural context has an important role. At the cultural level, it is clear that groups differ from one another. In this domain, the emphasis is on personality as it is affected by number one, social institutions, number two, social roles, and number three, social expectations and relationships with people. जनाब बात आपसे हो रही है नंबर फिफ्थ important perspective or mode की, and that is labeled as social and cultural perspective. और हम ये देखते हैं कि इंडिविजुअल्स, ह्यूमन बीइंग्स आर नॉट जस्ट बायोलॉजिकल बीइंग्स, दे आर सोशल बीइंग्स. So we are not just biological creatures, we are social beings, and as social beings we differ from one another. तो हम ये देखना चाहते हैं how the personality is affected or how personality has an impact of number 1 social institutions, number 2 social roles, and number 3 social expectations and relationships with people. तो हमारे पास फिर 3 चीजें जिनके ऊपर हमारा फोकस होगा कि हमारी जो शख्सियत है, हमारी जो पर्सनैलिटी है, उसके ऊपर इम्पैक्ट है जनाब तमाम समाजी इदारों का, सोशल इंस्टीट्यूशंस का, सोशल रोल्स का, सोशल एक्सपेक्टेशंस एंड रिलेशनशिप्स विद पीपल. Number 1, social institutions refer to home, school, neighborhood or all institutions. Number 2, social roles as child, peer, sibling, student, citizen or all social roles. Number 3, social expectations and relationships with people of cooperative and competitive or friendly or enemy-like relationships. Culture and society makes up the rules that influence social institutions, social roles, social expectations and relationships with people. तो जनाब बात कुछ यूं है कि we are being controlled by number 1 social institutions, by social roles and of course social expectations and relationships with people. Now mind you, all these social institutions, social roles, these social expectations, they are being molded or they are under the influence of culture and society. So it is culture, it is society which has a direct impact over your personality development. तो वो सारे समाजी इदारे, वो सारे समाजी किरदार और वो तमाम समाजी रवैये जो आपकी शख्सियत पे बराह रास्त असरअंदाज हो रहे हैं, उनके ऊपर इम्पैक्ट है कल्चर का और सोसाइटी का. People from different cultures have different personalities because different cultural forces shape their personality. It is interesting to note that there are more similarity than differences in individuals from diverse cultures related to dress, style of living and food preferences. People raised in American culture tend to describe themselves in abstract concepts. I am honest and trustworthy. I am straightforward and polite. While people raised in Asian cultures tend to describe themselves through social relations. I am Mr. A's daughter. I am Mr. B's sister. So, dear students, we say that it is culture and society which molds our personality. तो इसका मतलब ये होगा कि people living in one culture would differ from people living in another culture. अब हम बहुत डाइवर्स कल्चर वाले लोगों से मिलते हैं, लेकिन हम हैरान ये होते हैं कि their preference or liking for dress, style of living and food at times is very similar, is like they'll go for pizzas, burgers, and they would love to have colas and all sorts of these things, and they would love to have a simple straight trouser and a shirt. So though people belong to different cultures, but they have similarities when it comes to preferences for dress, for living, for food. बात आपसे हो रही है जनाब कल्चर और सोसाइटी का इम्पैक्ट पर्सनैलिटी डेवलपमेंट में, और हम उसमें ये देख रहे हैं कि पीपल हु आर लिविंग इन अमेरिकन कल्चर they tend to talk about themselves in terms of abstract concepts, that I'm honest and trustworthy, I'm straightforward and polite. But people living in the Asian cultures, they tend to describe themselves through social relationships. जिस तरह मैं कहूँ I'm Mr. A's daughter or I'm Mr. B's sister, so I'm talking about myself with reference to relationships, social relationships. So that is another cultural difference that is there among the Americans and among the Asians. The concept of gender and different rules related to genders originates from culture as well. John Carey's book, Men Are from Mars and Women Are from Venus, says that men and women are different species and rules and norms for both genders are different in all cultures. The culture of growing up as a boy or as a girl is different. The way people interact with boys or with girls is different. Men are more aggressive in all cultures. Dear students, we are talking to you about gender differences and how gender differences are perceived in different cultures. It's not what I'm saying, it's what is according to research, what according to personality psychologists have discovered. So, there are different norms and there are different standards with which we view the two genders. So again culture and society has an impact over personality development. तो जनाब बात यूँ है कि growing up as a male or growing up as a female, growing up as a boy or growing up as a girl is an entirely different thing. It was basically John Carey's book, that is Men from Mars and Women from Venus. This book reveals that actually the two genders are like two different species, and of course it is culture and society which molds their personality the way they are. और एक बात जो कॉमन सारे कल्चर्स में है वो ये है कि it is the males who are more aggressive than females. Personality psychologists have looked for similarity between cultures. People from all cultures smile when they are happy and frown when they are sad, and show bare teeth is a sign of anger. Theories of Alport, Cattell, Maslow, Erikson, Rogers and Kelly are included in this perspective. Dear students, we are talking to you about the social cultural perspective. और हमने ये देखा कि पर्सनैलिटी साइकोलॉजिस्ट ये कहते हैं कि स्माइल और स्माइलिंग इज अ यूनिवर्सली एक्सेप्टेड emotion which reflects happiness, and this universal expression of emotion is common in all cultures. यानी जो आपकी खुशगवार किस्म की स्माइल है वो सारे कल्चर्स में साइन ऑफ हैप्पीनेस के तौर पे, और आपके माथे पे जो बल पड़ते हैं जो फ्रॉन्स हैं दैट इज अ साइन ऑफ सैडनेस, और जब आप किसी को अपने दांत दिखाते हैं दैट इज अ साइन ऑफ एंगर और अग्रेशन. Now the theories that are included in this perspective are of course Alport, Cattell, Maslow, Erikson, Rogers and Kelly. Mind you, there would be more theories. हम उन theories के ऊपर फोकस ज़्यादा करें जो हमने आपके साथ पर्सनैलिटी साइकोलॉजी के कोर्स में कवर किए हैं. इसका हरगिज़ मतलब ये नहीं है कि सिर्फ और सिर्फ यही थेरीज उस पैराडाइम में या उस अप्रोच में फॉल करते हैं, दूसरी थेरीज नहीं आती, बल्कि देयर वुड बी 202 बिलियन मोर थेरीज which would fall under the social and cultural perspective, but I am not giving reference to that because we have not covered them. I am only referring to those which we have done, and these are the popular ones. These are the ones which are available or which form the core course of every personality psychology course. Number 6, adjustment. This refers to the fact that personality plays a key role in how we cope, adapt and adjust to events in our everyday life. Personality is linked with important health issues such as heart disease, sleep, diet and role of exercise in long life of an individual. Janab, sixth important perspective, very important one, which refers to adjustment. Now, personality plays a very important role in how we cope, adapt and adjust to events that are happening around you. So, वो सारे events जो आपकी environment में हो रहे हैं, pleasant ones, unpleasant ones, they are important, and they are a source of stressor. मैंने कहा pleasant events भी source of stressor है. आपकी promotion, आपकी high achievement, आपकी success, that is also a source of stress. And of course, unpleasant events are also a source of stress. So events are the stressors, and they have a direct impact over your personality. So how you cope with it, how you adapt with it, and how you adjust with this stress is important. Now, personality is also linked with disease. It's related with sleep, it's related with diet, it's related with role of exercise in long, prosperous life of an individual. The personality helps us to make adjustment to challenges and demands of life in a unique way for all of us. We will focus on physical and mental health. Now we face stress every day and react to it as well. How we feel and interpret stress varies from person to person. Now every day we are facing challenges, every day we are facing, there are certain demands on us, and it is because of these challenges and demands that it has an impact over our physical health, it has an impact over your mental health. So since we face stress every day and every night, and our body as well as we mentally and physically react or respond to this stress. So how one individual feels and interprets stress, it varies from the other person. So we are going through same stressors, but how one individual feels it, interprets it, differs, varies from the other individual. So that is where we say that adjustment perspective or mode is very important. Personality plays a key role in how we appraise and interpret stress. Now some of us appraise, interpret, cope, adapt and adjust to stress very well, while some of us display patterns of emotions, behaviors and interpersonal relations that creates problems for themselves as well as for those who are around them. So coping with stress and disorders of personality define the adjustment domain fully. तो जनाब बात आपसे कुछ हो रही है स्ट्रेस की, और हमने ये कहा कि one individual, the way one individual appraise, feel, interprets stress, how he adapts, copes and makes adjustment to the stress differs from the other individual. Now it so happens that there are some individuals who adapt to stress very well. That is, they have such coping strategies, they adopt such procedures that they adjust to this stress without any negative effect on their physical and on their mental health. While there are individuals who feel, appraise, interpret stress to a marked extent, and they show it in form of disorder, in form of display of patterns of emotions that is bad for themselves as well as for those who are around them. तो हमने कहा स्ट्रेस है, और वो स्ट्रेस आप किस तरह फील करते हैं और इंटरप्रेट करते हैं इज इम्पोर्टेंट. सम ऑफ अस फील, इंटरप्रेट दिस स्ट्रेस without any negative effect over their physical and mental health, while there are some individuals who feel this stress, appraise this stress and are unable to cope with it, are unable to adjust with it, and it has a negative effect over their patterns of emotion, behaviors and interpersonal relation. So it creates problem for themselves as well as for those individuals who are around them. Personality is related with health outcomes such as heart problem, diabetes, ulcers and even some cancers are the result of stress. Personality is also related to certain behaviors such as smoking, drinking, and risk-taking. Old age problems and retirement problems are also related to stress. Dear students, we are talking to you about adjustment mode. और हमने ये कहा कि एक इंडिविजुअल किस तरह फील करता है स्ट्रेस को, इंटरप्रेट करता है स्ट्रेस को, और किस तरह उस स्ट्रेस को रिफ्लेक्ट करता है, डिस्प्ले करता है, वो डिफर करता है एक से दूसरे में. देयर आर इंडिविजुअल्स हु कूप एंड एडजस्ट टू स्ट्रेस वेरी वेल. There are individuals who display a set of emotions, a set or pattern of behaviors which is pathological bad for themselves as well as for others. तो आपके ऊपर स्ट्रेस है और अगर आप उस स्ट्रेस को शो करते हैं in negative behavior patterns, well, we say you have not been able to cope with that stress, while there are individuals who cope and adapt to stress very well. उसके बाद जनाब स्ट्रेस तो है, it's a reality, it is there and it has a negative impact over your health. और वो negative impact health के ऊपर किस तरह? It is in form of health problems such as diabetes, ulcers, and even some form of cancers are there due to negative appraisal or let's say feeling or interpretation of this stress. उसके बाद जनाब कुछ और चीज़ों से भी स्ट्रेस जो है वो आपकी हेल्थ के साथ रिलेट करता है, such as if you smoke a lot, if you drink a lot, or if you are involved in a lot of risk-taking behavior. These are stressors and they have a negative impact over your physical, mental health. Old age is a stressor. Health problems of old people is a stressor. Retirement is a stressor. And how you feel that retirement, how you take it, how you interpret it, and what sort of impact it has over your physical and mental health, well, that adds to your list of stressors. Now, we are talking about adjustment perspective or more. और हमने आपसे ये कहा कि one individual differs from the other individual in the appraisal, in the interpretation, in the feeling of stress. Stress is a reality. Some of us cope with it, adjust with it, and adapt ourselves to stress. Some of us are unable to cope with it, adjust with it, or adapt with it. Now, stress can be due to pleasant events. Promotion, marriage is a stressor. Due to unpleasant events, death of a parent, losing your partner, divorce, losing your job, retirement, well, all of these are stressors, and how you make adjustments to these stressors is important. Dear students, we have talked to you in detail about 3 perspectives today. जनाब 3 perspectives की बड़ी डिटेल में आज आपसे बात रही. Number 1, we began talking about the cognitive or experiential perspective, और उसमें हमने आपसे ये कहा कि one individual differs from the other individual in terms of experience of cognitions, experience of emotions, experiences related to self. So, एक इंडिविजुअल दूसरे इंडिविजुअल से डिफर करता है in experiences of cognition, thinking, perception, in experiences of emotions, pleasant emotions, unpleasant emotion, and style of responding to that emotion. And number 3, we talked about experiences related to self, जिसमें हमने कहा कि बहुत ज़्यादा स्ट्रेस है रियल सेल्फ, आइडियल सेल्फ, इंट्रोवर्ट, एक्सट्रोवर्ट, आइडेंटिटी ऑफ सेल्फ, सेल्फ एस्टीम, सेल्फ एक्चुअलाइजेशन. सो वी टॉक्ड अबाउट द कॉग्निटिव एंड एक्सपीरियंशियल पर्सपेक्टिव. उसके बाद जनाब आपसे बात रही और बड़ी तफसीली बात रही, वो थी सोशल एंड कल्चरल पर्सपेक्टिव. और हमने ये देखा कि society and culture molds your personality. And we talked about three things. We said that society and culture has an impact on social institutions, social roles, social expectations and relationships, and all of these social institutions, social roles, social expectations and social relationships with people, they mold our personality. और हमने ये देखा कि one culture, that is a person developing in one culture, has a different personality from another person in another culture. और फिर ये देखा कि gender or gender role, whether you are a boy or a girl, that is again under the influence of culture and society. So we viewed the social and cultural perspective and how it influences your personality and personality development. The third or the sixth or the very important adjustment perspective. जनाब, इस एडजस्टमेंट पर्सपेक्टिव में हमने कहा कि स्ट्रेस इज अ रियलिटी एंड दिस स्ट्रेस हैज एन इम्पैक्ट ओवर आवर पर्सनैलिटी. नाउ स्ट्रेस इज देयर एंड हाउ यू अप्रेस दैट स्ट्रेस, how you feel that stress, how you interpret that stress, and how this stress has an effect over your physical and mental health. तो आप किस तरह इस स्ट्रेस से कूप करते हैं, आप किस तरह उससे अडेप्ट करते हैं और किस तरह उससे एडजस्ट करते हैं. हम में से कुछ लोग हैं जो स्ट्रेस से बहुत अच्छी तरह एडजस्ट करते हैं और हम में से कुछ लोग हैं जो इस स्ट्रेस से कूप नहीं कर पाते, से एडजस्ट नहीं कर पाते, से अडेप्ट नहीं कर पाते, एंड इट हैज अ नेगेटिव इफेक्ट ओवर देयर फिजिकल एंड मेंटल हेल्थ. फिर हमने ये देखा कि कुछ ऐसे स्ट्रेसर्स हैं जैसे ओल्ड एज एंड हेल्थ प्रॉब्लम्स, रिटायरमेंट एंड थिंग्स रिलेटेड विद दैट. वेल, दैट अगेन इफेक्ट्स योर पर्सनैलिटी. डियर स्टूडेंट्स, adjustment perspective is a new perspective. It is something over which a lot of huge research is going on. Dear students, we have talked with you about perspectives and domains of personality psychology, जिसमें जनाब बहुत तफसीली बहस रही है आपसे dispositional perspective की, biological, intrapsychic, cognitive और experiential, social और cultural, and adjustment perspective. I hope you have enjoyed listening to this lecture as much as I have enjoyed talking to all of you. Please go through the Word document and the PowerPoint slides that are available over the web page of Personality Psychology, and do write to us if you have a question. We'll be glad to respond to that. Up till our next lecture, please take very good care of yourself and hope to see you in our next lecture. It is Khuda Hafiz from Virtual University Studio.